The Puget Sound region is a coastal area of the Pacific Northwest in the U.S. state of Washington, including Puget Sound, the Puget Sound lowlands, and the surrounding region roughly west of the Cascade Range and east of the Olympic Mountains. It is characterized by a complex array of saltwater bays, islands, and peninsulas carved out by prehistoric glaciers. The Puget Sound region has been called Fish River Country, perhaps most famously by poet Robert Sunt, owing to its numerous rivers with names ending in ish, such as the Duwamish, Samish, Skokomish, Skykomish, Snohomish, and the Stillaguamish. The ish ending is from Salish language meaning people of history. The Puget Sound region was formed by the collision and attachment of many terrains to the North American plate between about 50 to 10 million years ago. About 15,000 years ago, the Puget Sound region was covered by a lobe of the Cordilleran ice sheet. This time period is known today as the Vashon glaciation. The ice was about 3,000 feet thick in the vicinity of Seattle by the time Captain George Vancouver found the Sound. Early native people had already been there for over 5,000 years. Logging started as early as 1853. In the 1880s, logging railroads cut the way into Puget Sound. 1886, the St. Helens Fire burned 300,000 acres. Mount Rainier National Park started in 1899. The 1902 Yakult Fire burned 600,000 acres. Olympic National Park was established in 1938. George Vancouver explored Puget Sound in 1792. Vancouver claimed it for Great Britain on the 4th of June 1792, naming it for one of his officers, Lieutenant Peter Puget. It became part of the Oregon Country, and became U.S. territory when the 1846 Oregon Treaty was signed. After arriving along the Oregon Trail, many settlers wandered north to what is now Washington and settled the Puget Sound area. The first non-indigenous settlement was New Market in 1846. In 1853, Washington Territory was formed from part of Oregon Territory. In 1888, the Northern Pacific Railroad line reached Puget Sound, linking the region to eastern states. For a long period, Tacoma was noted for its large smelters where gold, silver, copper, and lead ores were treated. Seattle was the primary port for trade with Alaska and the rest of the country, and for a time possessed a large shipbuilding industry. The region around eastern Puget Sound developed heavy industry during the period, including World War I and World War II, and the Boeing Company became an established icon in the area. During World War II, the Puget Sound area became a focus for the war industry, with Boeing producing many of the nation's heavy bombers and the ports of Seattle, Bremerton, and Tacoma available for shipbuilding. Since 1995, Puget Sound has been recognized as an American viticultural area by the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau. Political geography. The urban region designated the Puget Sound region is centered on Seattle and consists of 9 counties, 2 urban center cities and 4 satellite cities making up what has been dubbed Pugetopolis. Both urban core cities have large industrial areas and seaports plus a high-rise central business district. The satellite cities are primarily suburban, featuring a small downtown core and a small industrial area, a port. The suburbs consist mostly of residences, strip malls, and shopping centers. The region is also home to numerous ports. The 2 largest and busiest are the Port of Seattle and Port of Tacoma, which, if combined, comprise the 3rd largest container port in North America after Los Angeles, Long Beach, and New York, New Jersey. The United States Census Bureau defines the Puget Sound region as the Seattle-Tacoma-Olympia combined statistical area. This includes the Seattle metropolitan metropolitan area, made up of the following counties: Seattle, Bellevue, Everett Metropolitan Division, King County, Seattle and its immediate vicinity, Snohomish County, north of Seattle, Tacoma Metropolitan Division, Pierce County, south of Seattle. Based on commuting patterns, the adjacent metropolitan areas of Olympia, Bremerton, and Mount Vernon, along with a few smaller satellite urban areas, are grouped together in the CSA. The population of this wider region is 4,269,349, almost two-thirds of Washington's population as of 2012. The Seattle CSA is the 12th largest CSA, and the 13th largest primary census statistical area in the country. The additional metropolitan and micropolitan areas included are Bremerton-Silverdale Metropolitan Area, Kitsap County, west of Seattle, separated from the city by Puget Sound, connected to Seattle by ferry and to Tacoma by the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Olympia Metropolitan Area, Thurston County, southwest of Seattle, at the south end of Puget Sound. Mount Vernon, Anacortes Metropolitan Area, Skagit County. Oak Harbor Micropolitan Area, Island County, northwest of Everett, encompassing Whidbey and Camano Islands in Puget Sound. Shelton Micropolitan Area, Mason County, west of Tacoma and northwest of Olympia. A state-run ferry system, Washington State Ferries, P, connects the larger islands to the Washington mainland, as well as both sides of the Sound, allowing cars and people to move about the greater Puget Sound region. Flora and fauna. North Pacific oak woodland is one of the principal plant associations of the Puget Trough, where many of the soils are well-drained. Music. Places. Counties of the Puget Sound region: Island County, Jefferson County, King County, Kitsap County, Mason County, Pierce County, Skagit County, Snohomish County, Thurston County. In addition, the San Juan Islands are often considered part of the greater Puget Sound area. Prominent islands: Anderson Island, Bainbridge Island, Blake Island, Camano Island, Fidalgo Island, Fox Island, Harstein Island, Heron Island, Indian Island, Marrowstone Island, Maury Island, McNeil Island, Squaxin Island, Vashon Island, Whidbey Island. Urban centers: Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia, Everett. Satellite cities: Bellevue, Bremerton. Other principal cities: Auburn, Edmonds, Federal Way, Kent, Kirkland, Lakewood, Linwood, Marysville, Mount Vernon, Oak Harbor, Puyallup, Redmond, Renton. Shoreline. Military bases: Joint Base Lewis McChord, Camp Murray, Naval Station Everett, Naval Base Kitsap, Bangor Annex, Bremerton Annex, Puget Sound Naval Shipyard, Naval Air Station Whidbey Island.